Hello viewers of Gasa Media, welcome to yet another edition of Community Insight. Community Insight is a talk show where we bring to the spotlight social happenings. We handle real life social points here at Gasa Media on this particular show. And today we'll be handling positive thinking. To think positive, to stay positive in our thoughts, in everything we do. That is why I welcome Madam Gillette today at the studios to, brief us on what positive thinking is all about. Hello, Madam Gillette.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing well. I'm doing great. Our viewers would like to know what positive thinking is all about. So maybe you can start off with the definition. What's positive thinking?
Thank you so much, Chris. Yes, viewers. Positive thinking is just your ability to approach an unpleasant situation from a very positive and productive standpoint. So, if you are able to see a situation that is negative, to witness a situation that is negative and approach it in a positive way, that is good to know. You are a positive thinker. Thank you, Chris.
Okay. So now the question is, how can you stay positive in an unpleasant situation?
Thank you so much, Chris. Yes, it's very possible for you to stay positive in an unpleasant situation, even though it is not easy, because if you if you limit yourself only at the negative point of it, then it's going to be disastrous. Chris, you can bear with me. When you face an unpleasant situation, it is shocking, it is stressful. It can lead to even hypertension if you allow it to go that way. But believe me, if you look at it from a positive standpoint, therefore you're going to get over that situation before you know it. So, Chris, every negative situation that comes your way always has something positive about it. I'll just take a quick example on a youth that applies for a visa to travel abroad, and arriving at the arriving at the embassy, he is refused to be granted the visa. Imagine what could be going through that youth at that particular time, Chris.
A lot of messed up thoughts.
Voila, that is it. So he will be depressed, he will be heartbroken. A lot of thoughts. And most youths, as you may see nowadays, will start taking from bottles of beer, thinking that is going to calm down the situation, taking drugs, and so on, smoking cigarettes, which will not solve the problem. So, Chris, for us to face this situation is just to look deep into the situation and see what is positive about it. Why don't you look at it from the point that maybe God is using this as an opportunity to stop you from getting into trouble? Chris, we see in social media every day how youth that travel abroad end up either in prison, or they end up being into one kind of trouble or the other. So you can bear it with me. Maybe God is using this to prevent that youth from getting into that situation. But then, if he keeps on being depressed, that is how he's going to mess up his life, and he will not make any use of his life. But if he looks at it from this positive standpoint that, hey, God may be using this to stop me from getting into trouble, he'll begin to look left or right. What is it that I can do now that they didn't grant me the visa? Chris, you can bear with me that there are youths that are fully established here in Cameroon, even better than those that travel abroad. Do you bear that with me?
Very correct.
So that is it. If you put that kind of positive thought inside your mind, you tell yourself that, oh, I want to challenge those that travel abroad by establishing myself. Let me look for other things that I can do to survive. Then you come out of that problem, out of that trauma, and you see yourself thinking positive, and of course, you are going to achieve it and make it in life. Thank you, Chris.
Wow, that's very defined. So please, can you give us some tips on how to stay positive in our thoughts?
Thank you so much, Chris. Some few tips that you can take note if you want to be a positive thinker. First of all, when you get up in the morning, start your day on a very positive note. Tell yourself that you are an achiever, and you're going to make it that day whatsoever you're going to do. So, second tip is try to associate yourself only with positive thinkers. If you have friends that each time you hang out, they are talking to you only about negative, they are thinking only negative, cut off from them and associate yourself only with positive thinkers. And also practice a positive self-talk, Chris. Positive self-talk is to challenge your inner thought that is telling you something that is negative. Telling yourself that you are able to come out of that situation, you're able to do what your inner mind is telling you that you are unable to do. Tell yourself and come out. That is a positive self-talk to take your thoughts to the positive side. And tip number 4, you can as well, I mean, practice humor. Practice humor. When you are happy, when you do things that make you laugh, you stay on a positive note. And hey, it's also very important for you to also appreciate the achievements of others. When you appreciate those who have achieved, then it will give you a boost. You think positive, what can I do to also achieve just like them? So if you do all of this, you find yourself thinking positive, and believe me, it's going to go a long way to boost your self-esteem, and you find yourself growing from one level to the other. Thank you so much, Chris.
That's very nice. So viewers, in a bid to always make sure that people in the community always have something to say or to contribute to our shows, we went into the communities and sampled the take of some people on what positive thinking is all about, and this is what they have to say.
Okay, for one, I'm Mr. Lange Divine Tumasan. I am a PhD and an entrepreneur. The question you asked, what is my thought about positive thinking? I think, first of all, positive thinking is a cultivation of an attitude of thinking possibilities in every situation you encounter. And I believe that life is entirely about thinking possibilities, thinking positivity, thinking that you can make it irrespective of the situation. Advantages of being a positive thinker. The first is being a positive thinker is it makes you creative. You become a solution provider in the world, because the world today is looking out onto those who can bring a solution to these challenging times we are facing. And I believe that positive thinkers are those who are set to go for these. So the world entirely today is looking out for positive thinkers. So if you are a positive thinker, then you are already a solution to the world and to the trying times we are facing.
Okay, I'm Asana Komfongum. I'm an MBA, a businesswoman, and also a banker. For somebody to stay positive towards a particular situation that has happened to that person, because there are some ways that when a particular situation, a negative something happened to somebody, there are some ways that the person will decide to react. It can lead to a breakdown to that person. It can lead to trauma, stress. The person will feel depressed. There's no way. Maybe like the person just want like that, I just want to die. When it comes to that particular situation, there's a way that you can stay positive. And some people, they'll decide to go into to alcoholic. They will like try to take something like that. They want to calm down the situation, of which at the end it will still remain the same situation. So now there are some certain ways that when something happens to you badly and you want to stay positive towards that particular thing, there are some ways you need to calm down yourself and think that like this, if I react like this, what will be the outcome? Might be if I just like say, let me just kill myself, let me just die, what will be the outcome of other people that are to look on to me? So by so doing, you need to stay focused and well put. Know that no, I need to like try to think. And the best thing for that moment, that the best time at that moment to stay positive is by you go closer to your God and pray. Pray to your God, and God is going to give you some type of healing, so that type of inner happiness that you were not even expected, that like at that particular moment you are.
I'm Leke Charles, a lecturer. Madam, I think your question is very sensitive. In any negative situation you find yourself, you must look for psychological, moral, and physical stand to come out of it. If you think that that situation is the end of your life, you will drop. So in any negative situation, let's imagine you start constructing a house and the builders tell you the foundation has fallen, like us in Bonaberi. It's mostly watery areas. The foundation has collapsed. What is the way forward? Do you abandon their foundation, lock up the technicians, and abandon construction? No. You think positive by looking for more financial resources, not being pessimistic on the project, putting in place more technical know-how, share your ideas with the technicians, and see how that broken foundation can be reinforced for a better home that you have as a vision.
Well, we'll come to an end of today's edition, and me and Madam Janet here have made sure that you think positive in your thoughts at every point in life. So no matter the negative situation you're going through, no matter how messed up the situation is, always stay positive. Do well to like, leave a comment, and share our content. This is Gaza Media for you. And if you need our services at any one time, please do reach us with the numbers on your screen. I have increased Coffee Mokosa once more, and this is bye-bye.